Hello, this is Alessio. It's Monday, the 15th of March. It's around 8 a.m. London time. So this is MELI. As you can tell, it's an interesting count and price action as well. I'll tell you why. So this wave 4, the black 4, minor 4, has been the largest correction in terms of magnitude since the March lows. And that is quite it's something to consider. If we go down to the hourly time frame, we will see a quite choppy price action, meaning either two things, in my opinion. One is that we're having a nest, so a series of 1 2 1 2 1 2, meaning that we're going to extend higher as predicted, or that we are still in a corrective phase, which is a possibility at this time. This is a parallel channel, which doesn't look parallel because of the scale that I have to modify to fit. But it, as you can tell, it broke it and then retested it, which is also a plus. So I do favor the upside. If we do break this line, we'll have to review the count, and perhaps the 5 could be in place right here, so we would have a top in place, which would make sense because, as I said a few seconds ago, this is the largest correction since the March lows, March 2020. So something to consider, I'd say. If we move to Snap, which is quite interesting as well, it's a similar situation. We may have a lot of wave 4, as you notice, in place across different stocks. And Snap on the lower time frame, I'll show you, looks very similar to MELI actually. So you can tell 3 ways down, and then a choppy price action, meaning that, as I said, it could be a series of 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then extended higher, or perhaps we're gonna have a double correction. So the A would be here, the B here, and then we will go down and C, or double XY, depending on that. But either way, as I said, right now it's risky to enter this market, but we will see in the following days what's going to happen. I do expect pullbacks anytime soon across US stocks actually. Okay, next one is Crowdstrike. Okay, let's change the scale to fit. We have to do this. Okay. So if you don't mind the parallel channel, and okay, this is better, much better. Okay, so this is interesting. The reason being is that the ABC, so 3 ways down, very clear. That is very clear. And wave C is 1.618 times of wave A, which is a very nice target, very common as well. And then wave 4 is just below 38.2% of retracement of wave 3, of course, which is, as I said the last time in the last video, it's a very common target for wave 4, very common fib retracement. Now, this is quite interesting on a lower time frame. Why? Well, I'll show you immediately. Okay, so this is a low in place. So we're trading, as we say in the trading world, we're trading against this low right now. So I mean, you could argue this is 1, 2, 3, and maybe a triangle in 4. I think, sorry, I think it's a possibility at this time, right? I think it's something to consider. So right here you would have this in the shape of a triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If not, what I can think about is same with similar to Snap. We could have this could be a wave B. So wave A would be done here, and then wave B would have to be placed here, and then further downside in C. So again, perhaps double correction. It will depend on, as I said, the following days. As I said, I do expect retracement. We'll just have to see the magnitude, which is, what we care about. Because, yeah, you can argue it's 1, 2, 3, 4, very, very tiny 4, and 5. So perhaps A, B, C. You could tell there's many different ways to see this. So yeah, just be careful if you're trading this yourself. Use proper risk management and stop losses as well. But long term, yeah, definitely bullish. It's looking solid. Now, if we go to Guardant Health, another interesting setup that we have. Okay. So, okay. Here it's quite complicated. What I mean by complicated is that this red line is the invalidation level, because it would cross wave 1, it would overlap. So that's something to consider. And I noticed by experience that it's very, very seldom you see wave 4 coming down very closely to wave 1. I'm not saying that it never happens, but it's quite rare. However, on lower time frame, this does look good. Why? Well, you could argue you see a diagonal, and I'll show you why. So if we just draw the trend line, you could perhaps say this is a diagonal. So you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And perhaps, A, B, and then today and tomorrow, I don't know, the following days, we may continue lower to end the pullback and then explode to the upside. That is a possibility. By looking at this looks a lot like the Nasdaq. If you take the chart of Nasdaq, you will see the same thing actually. And so it doesn't mean it's a diagonal, but it may be one. So you may consider into your trading plan as well. And then last but not least, ICE, which we've been tracking down for the past weeks. It's still the same count. We have the red alternate, meaning that it could become some kind of, not necessarily a diagonal, but of course wave 5 would have to be shorter than 3, because right now wave 1 is the longest. But this is interesting as well on lower time frames. It's because I think that the 5 ways up are quite clear. You could argue it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, and then this is some kind of triangle. But I mean, even if you don't look at the waves, you could say the price is consolidating, it's moving sideways, which is it's not necessarily a good thing, but it's something to consider. The nice thing about ICE is that we did break the wave, the possible wave D of the triangle. So as I always say, I would like to see wave B, blue B, being broken. So that would be the confirmation that the triangle is in place. If you did follow this and you took the what I call the aggressive entry right here around $110, you should be in nice profit because the stop loss would be below A, and you should have your stop loss to break even at this time. So it's I like to trade triangles. Honestly, they're very nice and clear setups. They provide good trade opportunity, but as always, you never know. It was a triangle once it actually confirm itself, if that makes sense. So that was it for today. Hope you have a nice Monday, a nice week ahead, and I'll see you later on this week. Thanks.